Mamee. Mamee.
At the end of the day, for Perfecto, we knew that the ingredients is the hero in the product. We put in real ingredients and all that, but we realized that, like we said, we try to elevate to the point whereby people don't buy because of its functional value. No, I buy you because you got all these sprinkles or fresh ingredients over Pringles, for example, right? We need that as a basic that delivers in a better taste, but more importantly, we need to create perception. A perception that, wow, this brand is you understand me, I can relate to that, you know. It's a bit of aspirational. I can see, you know, the people in there is what I resonate with and all that. So it's about perception building, you know. That's why we went a bit more urban. We went a bit more, in a way, pan-Asian, you know, because we see that Mr. Berhad as a role is a down-to-earth, it's a basic product for the masses, right? So it's a lot of it is about fun, you know, the Mr. Berhad character with his little amigos now bringing a lot of fun, so that's very generic. But this one is a bit more premium. It's a better quality product, but on top of it, it's also a perception that we try to build where it's more international than Mr. Potato if you compare to it. It's all business, nothing personal. No, but at the end of the day, what we feel is that for every time where we call for a pitch assessing the agencies, we need to see their level of thinking, you know, and essentially whether we are able to collaborate as partners. The way we see our agency is not that, okay, I'm the principal, you are the supplier, right? So you just do work for us. But essentially, how are we able to in a way engage with the third party partners like Sachi as one unit, right? So if we're able to in a way think at the level where we're integrated, right? They know what we want, we know what they want, and we all sync. That is the true value which we can bring up. We feel, you know. So on that basis, it's not about brands. It's not about, because prior to Sachi, we work also with a local-based agency, and at the end of the day, it comes down to the talents, and talents are not defined by brand names like Sachi or whether or Cubi or things like that. But more importantly, it's whether they are able to understand us and fit into our culture. Every company is different. We are different from Nestle, which is different from our level of aggression, our speed that we require, our turnover time and all that may be a lot faster than what MNC require. So if the agency could meet that and yet give us fresh new ideas, challenges, not just provide us work but challenge us for every idea for everything that we want, what we want is that if you just do what we want, then we feel that you will go down south very, very quickly. But if you challenge us and rationalize to us, that's where we feel the best partners come from, you know. And this team at Sachi Today does that, you know. And essentially that's where we see great value. You know. That's why the majority of our brands are parked with them. My honest opinion and my experience is that work first. Okay. Reason is because, like I said, at the end of the day, education is very, very important, but at the end of the day, education is just, in a way, an element for you to connect the dots. Like I said, part of the dots is also to generate by having conversation in the mama or whether you are at work or something. So essentially, it's about building your war chest of and harden yourself through experiences, knowledge, and also emotions. Because emotions is a big thing in life, right? So basically, you go in the roller coaster up and down and all that, and in work sometimes, yeah, you get frustrated and all that. So all these are also very things that you can absorb, you know, in the future to harden yourself out, to be more resilient, or to give you a knowledge, right? So that when you're in the world, you're able to take on the world, whether it's personally or professionally. But the reason why I say don't, or my recommendation is don't go straight into furthering your studies is because at the end of the day, if you look at it, whether someone comes up with masters or whatever, right, he comes back to the workforce, you're not going to be able to justify, you will not get a significantly more pay than somebody who has not, you know. But if, say for example, same person, same age, graduated from university, one went on to study a master's and one more came to work, right, in the short run, this person who came out to work would be more marketable. Because sometimes someone's looking for just an executive, right, an exec, and just because you're overqualified, yeah, you may in a way, be ahead in terms of the choice of the employee versus the person, right? But this person may also have an experience which then make him more relevant. But more importantly, even you have a hit in terms of your school qualifications, but doesn't mean that the person will pay you 20% more than the person. And that's the reality, right? And the other part is also that education is more enriched when you can relate that to the real world. So if we keep studying, right, we're just boxing into this in a way theory world, right? But the reason why I recommend you come out to work, because then you face the real world, right? You get pounded, you get this and that. Then you go back to study, first and foremost, okay, life is a lot better, right? More relaxed, no pressure, no nothing. But then every knowledge you get in, right, your brain automatically link with your recent experience, right? So if, for example, you face this at work, you don't know how to solve it, but then when you come to school, you have this solution, then you don't just learn the theory, your brain maps it with real world, you see? So that's where then your brain is more, in a way, enriched and you become a lot more, in a way, I mean, you're able to take on or create solutions better rather than just looking at the theory world, you know? So that's why, like in Harvard as well, they don't give you theories. What they do is you learn from case study, right? They document what this company did, whether they did right or wrong. Everybody read up the case study, then in a room, let's give our point of view. Because there is no right or wrong in a lot of instances, but there are point of views, right? And that's where, with the experiences in the room and with the knowledge that everybody has, let's just debate, alright? And then come to a conclusion what will perhaps be the best solution for that context, you know? Rather than just study A, then B, and C, and D, and try to memorize that. Because you cannot memorize the world in the future. You can to get good grades, but you cannot tackle the world by memorizing a step-by-step guide. You know? So essentially what it is about connecting theory with real world, you know? Theory and practical come together to in a way solve a particular solution, and therefore I recommend that study, go out there, work, come back to refresh yourself. Yeah. I'm thankful that she's an independent sort of person, right? Because I sometimes travel. I'm out of KL 15 days a month. Like when Manchester is just kicking out of Malaysia, about 20 days a month, you know. So with the young kids and also, I think I'm thankful that she's independent and she's able to, in a way, hold the fort, right? So so I've been lucky in that sense, yeah. So she has been very supportive. Okay, good question. Because essentially what it is that at that point, the global partner level is a very, in a way, prestigious sort of association. So the reason I say that is because when we are, say, for a global snack partner, no other snack partners can come in the duration of our contract, right? So we block out the category exclusivity. So essentially what it is that we also have to be very worried who they pick, because if our brand is dodgy or if our company is dodgy, we might negatively affect them as well, which has a major effect. Right? For example, if we use child labor, right, and then this scandal is exposed, and Manchester United is seen working with a company that uses child labor, for example, that's where it's not good for them. So they're very, very careful with their selection of partners, because they can, they're Manchester United, right? So in the basis, they actually went through background works, right? They actually got an investigator to study our background, you know, who we are, what are the founders like, the family, everything. Do they have the right values to associate with Manchester United? That is how safely guarded their brand assets are, because it can go very, very wrong for them very, very quickly, you know. So that, you know, on that basis, we passed the test, you know, as being a company with the right values that they would like to associate with. But beyond that also, like what was covered in the video by their head of commercial, was that while you can work with DHL, you can work with, say, for example, you know, certain banks or whatever it is, right? But the thing is, what is unique with us is that, for example, Mamee Monster alone, every month we have about 20 million packs going out of factory just for Malaysian consumption. 20 million packs. And what that means is that when the brand is attached, their brand is taken to the grassroots of Malaysian youth, all the way in all the kampongs or whatever that is. So it's something of the power of FMCG is reach, right? We send out millions and millions of packets every month. So if their brand is here, and when we bring down their players down and activate on the ground, we are helping them. In a way, we are paying to build their brand. right? So that's also a benefit that they see. Working with Mr. Potato, they're able to have millions and millions of reach onto the grassroots, where something that DHL could not do or D could not do because they are more, they're a different segment of luxury. So we are also in a way helping build the brand, helping build the reach. The reason is because there are a lot of fans today for, as you know, Liverpool fans, right? A lot of them are fairly old, right? Because they grew up during the glory eras and they are today, they haven't won for a while, right? So Manchester United has won for a while, but they also have a major threat, right? So they are Chelsea is coming up, they have Manchester City, they have Arsenal and all that. So if they're not relevant to the grassroots, very quickly their brand will mean lesser in the next generation. So that's why by collaboration with brands like us, we activate their brand on their behalf all the way here in Malaysia, Indonesia, Myanmar and all that, which they will probably not activate, you know. They will probably not have their brands all the way to grassroots into the kids, you know, and all that, if not for Mamee Monster or Mr. Potato, things like that. So that's why they saw it as a benefit for them as well, where they are able to extend their brand, not only that, but also being activated, like when we bring down Gary Neville to Malaysia, you know, the affinity build and all that is very different from just watching him playing in television, for example. So in a way, we brought Manchester United to Malaysia rather than only through the TV screens. So that was our role.